Articulated dump trucks, ADTs, are among the most versatile and widely used heavy equipment in the construction and mining industries. Designed for off-road hauling in rough terrain, they are commonly employed in large-scale earth-moving, quarrying, and mining operations. However, despite their rugged build and all-wheel drive capabilities, ADTs can still become stuck when faced with extreme environmental conditions, particularly deep mud and unstable ground. This article explores the challenges faced by 3 articulated dump trucks: Volvo A30E, Volvo A25C, and Liebherr TA230, when they encountered a muddy terrain that rendered them immobile. Additionally, we will discuss the rescue operation involving heavy equipment such as excavators and bulldozers, the techniques used by experienced operators to navigate such conditions, and how different truck models, such as Doosan ADTs, compare in terms of performance in adverse terrain. Dump trucks stuck in mud. On construction sites known for their treacherous conditions, articulated dump trucks, Volvo A30E, Volvo A25C, and Liebherr TA230, became bogged down in deep, viscous mud while attempting to transport their cargo of concrete slabs and rubble at the construction site. Each of these vehicles, equipped with 6-wheel drive, 6x6, and heavy-duty suspension, is designed to handle rough, uneven terrain. However, a combination of excessive moisture, loose soil, and inexperienced operators led to an unexpected situation. The site had been hit by heavy rainfall over the past few days, saturating the soil and turning the construction area into a quagmire. The terrain consisted of a mixture of clay, silt, and fine sand, materials that lose their cohesion when wet and become extremely difficult to move. The situation was made worse by the weight of the laden trucks, which sank deeper into the unstable ground with each attempt to move forward. How did the truck get stuck? The first truck to become immobilized was a Volvo A30E, loaded with dirt and rocks. As the driver attempted to drive through a low-lying section of the construction site, the truck's tires lost traction and the vehicle quickly became bogged down. Despite locking the differentials and applying counter-steering techniques, the driver was unable to gain forward momentum. The Volvo A25C suffered a similar fate. Its slightly smaller size and lower payload capacity did not offer any advantage in the deep mud, and it also became immobilized for a short time. Finally, the Liebherr TA230 got stuck in even softer terrain and sank into the floodplain. Operator techniques. The wiggle and other maneuvers. One of the most effective methods for freeing a stuck articulated dump truck is a maneuver commonly referred to as the wiggle. This technique involves the driver rapidly turning the steering wheel from left to right in quick succession. The oscillating movement helps shift the weight of the vehicle from side to side, creating enough lateral motion to break free from suction forces in the mud. As an experienced operator noted, "I'm very familiar with the wiggle. I drive a Cat 735 at work, and this technique has gotten me out of many messy situations. The key is to keep the steering inputs controlled while allowing the truck's articulation joint to work in your favor. In the case of the Volvo A30E, the driver attempted the wiggle maneuver, but the depth of the mud and the heavy load in the dump bed significantly reduced its effectiveness. The same issue plagued the Volvo A25C and Liebherr TA230. Had the operators recognized the deteriorating ground conditions earlier, they might have had the opportunity to dump their loads before becoming fully stuck. Rescue operation. Heavy equipment to the rescue. Once it became clear that all dump trucks were not going to free themselves, a recovery operation was initiated. This involved bringing in additional heavy machinery, including an excavator and a dozer, to assist in the extraction process. Excavator assistance. A large hydraulic excavator was positioned near the stranded vehicles, and operators began using the machine's bucket to remove excess mud from around the wheels and undercarriage of the trucks. This process, known as digging out, helps to reduce resistance and improve traction once an extraction attempt is made. Dozer support. A powerful dozer was brought in to provide a combination of pushing and winching support. By attaching a heavy-duty tow cable to the Liebherr TA-230, the dozer was able to apply controlled force, helping to dislodge the truck from its position. Once the Liebherr was free, the same approach was used on the Volvo A25C and A30E. Final extraction and lessons learned. After several hours of coordinated effort, all 3 trucks were successfully pulled from the mud. The incident highlighted the importance of assessing ground conditions before entering soft terrain, and reinforced the need for proper training in vehicle recovery techniques. Could a different dump truck have performed better? Some industry professionals argue that certain brands of ADTs perform better in adverse conditions. The Doosan ADT series is often highlighted for its superior traction and maneuverability in muddy environments. Advantages of Doosan articulated dump trucks. Superior traction control. Doosan ADTs feature an advanced limited slip differential system that automatically engages when wheel slip is detected, improving grip. Optimized weight distribution. The weight distribution of Doosan trucks reduces the risk of sinking, maintaining stability on soft ground. Efficient drivetrain performance. A responsive transmission system adapts quickly to terrain changes, ensuring smoother power delivery and reduced risk of getting stuck. Would a Doosan ADT have avoided the same fate as the Volvo and Liebherr trucks? While no vehicle is completely immune to extreme conditions, Doosan's design advantages may have improved the chances of maintaining traction and avoiding immobilization. Conclusion: best practices for operating ADTs in muddy conditions. The scenario involving the Volvo A30E, A25C, and Liebherr TA-230 highlights crucial lessons for construction and mining professionals. Here are key takeaways for preventing similar incidents. Assess ground conditions. Conduct a thorough visual inspection before entering uncertain terrain. If needed, test the ground with a smaller vehicle. Reduce load weight. If a truck begins losing traction, dumping the load can improve mobility and prevent deeper sinking. Use the wiggle technique. Quick, controlled steering movements can help create momentum and prevent complete immobilization. Keep recovery equipment ready. Excavators and dozers should always be on standby in high-risk environments. Select the right equipment. Choosing the most suitable ADT for specific terrain conditions can significantly impact operational efficiency and minimize downtime. Whether using Volvo, Liebherr, or Doosan ADTs, proper planning, operator training, and situational awareness are key to preventing costly delays. With the right approach, construction and mining teams can mitigate risks and ensure smooth operations in even the most challenging environments.
Hello, good morning.
The John Deere Timberjack 240 skidder and TS22 forestry skidder are powerful logging machines designed to haul massive timber across rugged terrain. In this instance, both skidders found themselves deep in mud while pulling heavy logs, showcasing the challenges of forestry operations. Skidders play a crucial role in logging, using their immense power to drag felled trees from dense forests to designated collection points. This process, known as skidding, allows timber to be efficiently transported to loading sites, where logs are then placed onto trucks for delivery to sawmills and processing plants. Historically, skidders revolutionized the timber industry, replacing older methods such as horse-drawn carts and log flumes. Modern skidders, like the Timberjack 240 and TS22, are equipped with advanced hydraulics, high-traction tires, and robust winch systems to navigate difficult environments. However, even the most powerful machines can struggle in deep mud, requiring expert operation and additional support to free them and keep logging operations moving efficiently. Timber truck ZIL 131 and 157. Off-road challenges in mud and snow. The ZIL 131 and ZIL 157 are legendary Soviet-era all-terrain trucks, widely used for various military, industrial, and forestry applications. Among their many roles, one of the most demanding is timber transportation in extreme off-road conditions. These trucks are renowned for their rugged construction, impressive off-road capability, and ability to tackle rough, muddy, and snowy terrain, making them indispensable in remote logging operations. ZIL 131 and 157. Engineering for extreme terrain. Both the ZIL 131 and ZIL 157 were designed with off-road performance in mind. The ZIL 157, introduced in the late 1950s, was one of the first Soviet trucks to feature a 6x6 drivetrain, allowing it to traverse deep mud, snow, and uneven surfaces with relative ease. It was known for its central tire inflation system, CTIS, which enabled drivers to adjust tire pressure on the go, improving traction in difficult conditions. The ZIL 131, introduced in the 1960s as the successor to the ZIL 157, built upon this capability. It featured a more powerful 150 horsepower V8 engine, better weight distribution, and improved suspension for enhanced stability and maneuverability. These upgrades made the ZIL 131 even more effective for hauling heavy timber loads through dense forests, icy roads, and thick mud. The challenges of timber transport in mud and snow. Transporting freshly cut logs is already a demanding task, but when combined with extreme weather conditions, it becomes even more difficult. Muddy trails, deep snow, and steep inclines present serious obstacles for any vehicle, even those as robust as the ZIL 131 and 157. 1. Deep mud and waterlogged roads. Logging routes, especially in spring and autumn, can become impassable due to excessive rain and melting snow, turning dirt roads into thick mud pits. The ZIL 157, with its high ground clearance and aggressive tire treads, can power through deep mud, but excessive weight from heavy timber loads often leads to the risk of getting stuck. The ZIL 131's locking differentials and superior torque help it maintain traction, but even this powerful truck can struggle when mud is too deep or soft. 2. Heavy snow and ice-covered paths. Winter adds another layer of difficulty, as snow and ice reduce grip, making it harder to control the truck's movement. The ZIL 157's all-wheel drive system and ability to adjust tire pressure help it navigate slippery surfaces, but steep, icy inclines require skilled driving to prevent wheel spin or loss of control. The ZIL 131 performs better in cold conditions due to its more powerful engine and upgraded braking system, offering better control on icy roads. 3. The danger of overloaded timber trucks. A fully loaded ZIL 131 or 157 can weigh several tons, making it challenging to maintain balance on uneven terrain. If a truck becomes partially submerged in mud or snow, the weight of the timber can make it extremely difficult to recover without additional equipment such as winches, bulldozers, or support vehicles. Survival tactics. How operators manage off-road challenges. Experienced drivers use several techniques to navigate treacherous off-road conditions with the ZIL 131 and 157. Tire pressure adjustment. Lowering tire pressure increases surface contact, improving traction on soft ground. Momentum control. Keeping a steady throttle helps prevent wheels from digging deeper into mud or snow. Route planning. Drivers often scout paths ahead of time to avoid impassable sections. Winching and towing. If a truck gets stuck, onboard winches or additional support vehicles, like tractors or other ZIL trucks, are used to pull it free. Conclusion. The ZIL 131 and ZIL 157 remain icons of off-road transportation, particularly in forestry and logging. Their ability to handle extreme mud and snow conditions makes them indispensable in the industry, though challenges still exist when navigating unpredictable terrain. With skilled operation and proper recovery techniques, these trucks continue to prove their worth in some of the harshest environments on Earth. Extreme off-road logging in Russia. Ural 4320 trucks conquer muddy forest roads. Deep in the vast, untamed wilderness of Russia, where dense forests stretch for miles and roads are nothing more than treacherous mud pits, fearless truck drivers take on one of the toughest jobs in the world, hauling massive timber loads in Ural 4320 trucks. These legendary 6x6 off-road beasts are built to endure the harshest conditions, but even they struggle against the relentless mud-deep ruts and unpredictable terrain. If you've ever wondered what real extreme trucking looks like, this is it. Mud, mayhem, and massive logs. The ultimate test for Ural trucks. Russia's logging industry operates in some of the most unforgiving environments on Earth. Picture this: towering trees, thick fog, and roads that are barely roads, just endless stretches of deep, sticky mud where ordinary trucks would sink and disappear. The Ural 4320, originally designed for the Russian military, is one of the few machines tough enough to handle these conditions. But even with its all-wheel drive, high ground clearance, and rugged suspension, getting through these muddy trails is anything but easy. Drivers must navigate through waist-deep mud where every inch forward feels like a battle. The wheels churn violently, mud flies in every direction, and engines roar as the trucks struggle to maintain traction. One wrong move, and the truck could get hopelessly stuck, leaving the driver stranded in the middle of nowhere with nothing but a winch and sheer determination to get back on track. What makes the Ural 4320 a true off-road monster? The Ural 4320 is not just any truck, it's a military-grade powerhouse that has been adapted for logging and heavy transport. Designed to haul cargo, personnel, and even artillery across all types of terrain, this truck is the ultimate off-road warrior. 6x6 all-wheel drive ensures maximum traction in deep mud, snow, and sand. Turbocharged diesel engine packs enough power to haul massive timber loads without breaking down. High ground clearance keeps the undercarriage from getting bogged down in rough terrain. Heavy-duty tires with deep treads, specifically designed to cut through thick mud and maintain grip. Built-in winches, essential for pulling the truck or a fellow driver out of deep ruts when things go south. But even with all this engineering, Russian truck drivers need serious skill and guts to survive these brutal conditions. The real heroes, Russian truckers versus nature. Watching these truckers in action is like witnessing a real-life survival challenge. They don't have the luxury of paved highways or roadside assistance. just raw driving skill, mechanical know-how, and nerves of steel. When the roads disappear under a sea of mud, these drivers rely on experience, instinct, and teamwork to get through. They master techniques like checkmark feathering the throttle to prevent wheel spin in deep mud, checkmark using momentum wisely. Stopping in the wrong place could mean disaster. Checkmark winching out of deep ruts using trees or other trucks as anchor points. Checkmark balancing heavy log loads to avoid tipping over on unstable terrain. For them, this isn't just a job, it's a daily battle against nature. And every successful delivery is a hard-earned victory, extreme trucking at its best. If you love off-road action, powerful machines, and insane challenges, the Ural 4320 logging trucks in Russia are guaranteed to blow your mind. These fearless drivers take on some of the toughest roads in the world, proving that with determination, skill, and the right truck, nothing is impossible. Lorry running dash, would you dare to take on these roads? Let us know in the comments. Fire.
Вот и по наворотил пройдет. Вот тебе пройдет.